Anyway, because I would dial with my right, and I couldn't make a sound, no screams, no, it was like I was rendered silent, and I actually believed it was the last night of my life, like more than 1,000,000%. That's how bad that was. Anyway, it turns out the same week there's some weird trial, the Greenberg-Goldberg trial, or case, and that happened the same week. I don't know if it was on the same night. I have to go back. I don't, for some reason I stay away from paying too much attention to that trial, but I'm kind of curious, and it went to the Supreme Court. I think it was still sort of left at that, as the woman stabbed herself like 500 times, and there are plenty of people arguing, well, it's kind of hard to do, especially because some of the positions of the stab wounds, like being down her back and everything, it sounds like she would have had like a major episode if she were to actually do that to herself. That would be like a manic, some sort of like episode that's rarely happens, right? So anyway, that case has been on the news a little bit. I didn't even know, I don't know if I even knew that it happened back then because of how bad the situation was. Anyway, my mom and Aunt's phone lines were severed in Jacksonville, Florida. So that when I called, I heard doo-doo-doo, we're sorry, the phone number you're trying to reach has been disconnected. And that played into everything. Then it was like a movie up in the sky. It's hard to explain what this was like. I was living life thinking I'm supposed to have a sustainable work, you know, that's about it. You know, hopefully you find people and you have a network of friends or connections and you can go to Christmas parties or, you know, whatever. Like that was sort of the goal, the dream, if you will, to be able to fill my life with that kind of stuff. And I was, you know, just barely in the position to do so. But anyway, it's like, you know, a lot of people take it for granted. They just assume that's the way of life and they're always doing it. For me, I had to sort of reach a point like, okay, so here, Food Truck Festival, Bites, Beats, and Streets, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. On the same day as the Broad Street Run. So, anyway, a lot of those people who I'd recently, you know, engaged with, whether, you know, through a running group, through a special, I had 2 different volunteer groups that I was, you know, affiliated with. None of them behaved like you would expect. If someone called me in a panic who's not, you know, if someone called me that badly in a panic, I would be incredibly empathetic and like, I wonder, you know, oh my gosh, you know, maybe I can do something, you know, you want to come over for dinner? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to stay here? Everyone did the opposite. It was as if I was surrounded by a bunch of Satan's puppets. I'm so not kidding. These days, it's as if it's normalized. Like, oh yeah, you know, this matrix or that matrix must have decided to pick you and play this game. I'm like, that's normal? Is this America? Do we live in the United States of America and people think that's normal? Are you kidding me? We live in the United States of America where that is not supposed to happen. Anyway, harassed ever since by all kinds of weird situations. Some are easily seen, like just stupid skits on the street that people are willing to play out. Even if the thing in the building this morning was a setup, then it's kind of on the lame, stupid side. But even better, I got up super early today. So it means there's a couple other people in the building who happen to be on the 3rd floor where I crossed over, and they just happen to be up super early on a very quiet Saturday morning. What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds? I've been up at 5:30 in the morning and I've seen setups. And I've been switching my routine around to see what happens lately. So anyway.
It's going to be really nice tomorrow. Yeah, I got softball tomorrow, baby. I'll be there same time tomorrow.
So, anyway, just had to put it out there that I'm not sure, you know, how many people experience the same things I do. There's two really quick examples of things that I've been talking out since, you know, video number 1. And that is, it's really disappointing because there are people who you know, who I kind of enjoyed or liked as people, and they actually set up skits. They must be still asleep. They're not woke yet. Some people think it has to deal with being woke, but one easy example is I was doing an overnight, or meaning I was house sitting for a dog named Cookie, a bulldog. I had a couple bulldogs, Meatball, Canuck, Cookie. They lived in the same neighborhood, actually, those 3 bulldogs, and they look like Winston Churchill-ish bulldogs, whatever you call it. The odd thing is, I really liked this client as a person. It's hard to explain, but every once in a while she would do something odd, and I didn't take care of her. I didn't take care of Cookie that often, but one of the times she lived in 2 separate apartments on the same block on 9th Street, one closer to Lombard, and the second one where this would occur on Pine Street, closer to, oh no, I'm sorry, Spruce Street, closer to the hospital, Pennsylvania Hospital. And she was supposed to return on a Sunday, and in the morning, Sunday morning, I get a text saying, oh, by the way, do you mind putting the bed linens in the washing machine? I didn't have a camera back then. In fact, I was kind of against cameras because I know they can seem exploitive, but now that I know everybody in their 50 millionth, you know, relative, cousin, whatever, does, you know, walks around with videos in New York City and all around the United States, I don't care. Also, I use it for protection in my case. So, the washing machine. Now you could say, oh, that's just a typo. It's just a typo. Nope. I know she did it on purpose. She learned a new little trick. And, you know, because I liked her, more than anything, it made I did the eye roll, like, oh, can't she just be like a better person? It wasn't a typo. Because enough tactics were carried out every single day that it was very unlikely that many people had typos or mishaps or, oops, I did this, oops, I did. Nope, you would know you were under fire. So the watching machine is just yet another example of how to create paranoia in your target. Also, you know, it's easily it's easily dissed. Like, a lot of people would be like, well, clearly it was a typo, and you would be like, wow, that's the 50th thing in this hour to happen. So I'll repeat again. I had a client for overnight visits for dogs. I house sit, dog walk, to a certain extent today, but a lot